Hello, my art-loving friends. So in a video a while back, I did like 3 hours all at once of an online class because it was a class that I had paid $99 for. I wanted to get my money's worth, and it had a point system where if you logged in every day and did something, you got points and it kept extending your class time. Well, that point system ended. I told you about that in that video. And I am down to like 12 or 13 days only left in that class. So I want to finish the class. I want to get my money's worth. So that's what I'm going to work on. I only have about 45 minutes today, but I have the next couple days to work on it, and then I'm just going to work on it until I finish the class and then show you guys all the fun stuff that I create. That original video will be linked up in the corner for you, as well as in the description box below. If you want to pause this one and go catch up on that one first, it would be a good thing to do, and then come back and enjoy this one. Let's get started. So the class that I signed up for was by Painting Hyun, and she has a YouTube channel here and does really amazing paintings. Anyway, she was promoting this class a couple of years ago. I signed up for it right before Christmas, and just like I told you in the intro, kept extending it, but not doing it, except for when I did that 3-hour stretch with you guys on this channel. So it's just been sitting there, and then they took the point system away, and I was all worried about losing my money's worth. Anyway, you can see that big puddle up in the left corner. I am working on the Hanamule sketchbook. It's a 100% cotton one, and I just had way too much water. I should have dabbed it up with a paper towel or something, because I had very intentional plans for that corner that did not pan out so well because I just left that puddle of water. So I have the sketchbook page taped down. You can see that bottom left of the sketchbook. And so it's kind of pulling the whole page over to that side, because this is the very beginning of the sketchbook, basically. It's like the back side of the first page, essentially. And when I put that much water on it, I should have kind of put my head down and looked across it at an angle to see how much water I had on it. But till I put the paint on it, I just didn't pay attention. Plus, I was kind of in a hurry. You can see the huge it wasn't a drying shift as far as like the colors fading a whole lot, except in the background, but the way that yellow spread out in the leaf after it dried, that was pretty interesting. It was kind of fun to see that when I looked back on this recording. I was like, oh, no wonder I lost all of my light spots, because the paint just keeps spreading, which we know. So I'm re-wetting the leaf and just trying to get in some really fun, deep, dark details here. So this was fun. I've done leaves before. I've had my class paint leaves. So this was old school for me. That's probably not the right phrase, but I enjoy doing leaves because you put in these extreme darks against those bright yellows. Oh, it just makes them so pretty. But it'll be interesting to see what she says about my leaf. Admittedly, I did this in a bit of a rush. I told you I had a couple of days before this video had to come out, but I kept getting distracted with Christmas stuff and then business stuff. I had to order, a kitchen for the little house I told you guys I bought. Anyway, I did not end up working on this the day that I recorded that intro, sadly, but I had yesterday to work on it. I'll explain more of that towards the end of the video. So yeah, I still have a lot of lessons to get through in hers, and like I tell you at the end of this video, I am going to work on it today. This afternoon, I have drywall being delivered sometime this morning. I have to go run and meet them for that, but I'll come home and work on Class 101 lessons with Painting Hyun. She's so sweet, and her paintings are just beautiful. Definitely check out her channel, you guys. I don't see much from her lately being posted. A few things here and there, unless I'm just missing them in my feed, which is very possible, YouTube. But she has really cool stuff. Really neat paintings that are just loose and flowy, yet somehow they look exactly like they're supposed to, and it's amazing. It's so amazing. Kind of like along the lines of Jean Haynes, but in a softer, more specific way. I don't know, just really neat paintings. So yeah, take a look at that Himi Mia palette over there on the left. Now, as I've used this more and gone back and forth between this and other paint, this paint is stiffer than some of the nicer brands that I like to use, like Core and Rosa Gallery and lots of other paint, but it's been really pleasant. I don't ever mind working with this palette, so that's good. The colors are great. I'm running out of a lot of colors. I'll explain more about that towards the end of the video. Still have hundreds of paintings to go, I'm sure, before I use this palette up, but I use it every chance I get. Some of you know I teach watercolor classes at the college, and this is the palette I take for my intermediate watercolor class. My beginners have to use a split primary from Daniel Smith, so I kind of have to follow that with them, but sometimes I have time in that class even to paint on my own, and I'll pull this palette out. So every chance I get, I'm trying to use this palette, but it's taking forever. We started this, I can't remember if it was March of 2020, but it's on my spreadsheet, and eventually, if I ever use this up, I'll give you a very specific update on it. As far as the sketchbook goes, I have told you before that I really enjoyed working in it. I do enjoy working in it, I should say. The paper is supposed to be cold pressed, but it's very smooth. So in my opinion, it's probably somewhere between a cold press and a hot press. That has not been a problem for me working on it so far. I have not run into those weird pages where things act strangely that some others have experienced yet, but I only maybe 5 pages into the sketchbook. I flipped back to an earlier page to fill in the bottom half of a piece. You can see I have a piece above there, and this bottom half was empty, so I wanted to fill that in before I got too far in the sketchbook. But I do have some other works done. The portraits you've seen on this channel are in the sketchbook, and a few other things. So you can see I'm trying to fix that upper corner and get it kind of how I wanted. She had hers still very muted, that little corner, but I wanted to bring some color into there a little bit more than she did, and it's just that warp comes back, and once again there's too much water in it. What is it with me today and this painting and too much water? It's just one of those days. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, got too much water, but eventually it turns out just fine. I'm putting in a lot more bright colors, making it the way I want it to be. So yeah, mine's different than hers, but I don't care. It's supposed to be. It's mine, not hers. It's not too different though. The concept is the same. It's definitely recognizable to hers. So I'm dying to hear what she's going to say about it. So you can see I'm using my Royal & Langnickel round size 6 brush, but I have had a need lately for a brush that comes to an even finer point. So I have pulled out my silver black velvet round size 6. It's the only black velvet brush I have, and I have put that into my case that goes to the college with me. So when I need it, I have it, and it's been a long time since I've used that precious brush. I'm looking forward to seeing it again in use. And this is all we have time for before this video has to release. So tomorrow, which will be Friday, when you will be seeing the video, I will do another lesson. So I'll record that for you. Some of you seemed interested in seeing how I did the lessons. And it's kind of fun, and since it's taking my time, and time is all I have to make videos, you're going to get a video on it again. Oh. It's pretty good about not ripping the paper. I tried different tape this time, and this tape is releasing a little bit better than my old masking tape. There we have it. Quick update on the Himi Mia palette. It is getting emptier. It is just not empty, or even close. I would say these 6 colors are the most empty, plus the white, obviously. So it's interesting how this is going. All right, if you don't want to miss the journey here of this class that I'm following, I will take a picture of this and upload it and see what her comments are, and I'll let you know in the next video I do about this. I also have an art haul that I'll mix in with her lessons, so definitely subscribe if you don't want to miss that if you are new. So I will snap a picture of this, upload it to that lesson, see what feedback she says on it. I think she'll probably say something about my background for sure, because I didn't do a great job with that. All right, I'm going to label this. See you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Hello, my art-loving... You're wiggling. You're wiggling. Stop wiggling. Yeah. Puppies. Puppies.
I'd say the back half of that pond is ours. From about down. Hey, at the bottom of this pond, there's a frog. Maggie.
Jack. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Did you get all wet? Did you get all wet? Yeah.